right, day 13. We're going to relax today, take a little restorative practice. So if you have a bolster nearby, and ideally 3 yoga blocks or maybe 1 sturdy block, and then some pillows or something to support your knees when we take the knees butterflied open in Bada Konasana. But for now, we'll just come and lie down flat. Option to have a little bit of a lift for your head. And your knees relaxing in towards each other, maybe one hand on your low belly and one hand on your rib cage. And just taking a couple rounds of breath to fully arrive. And just noticing with the additional sensory awareness from your hands, if you're able to direct your breathing a little bit lower into your abdomen. And then on your exhale, gently push your lower back into the floor and hug your knees into your chest. And just feeling now your tailbone curl up away from the floor. Take another round of breath here. And then take your arms out open to the side, and with your knees bent, take them over to the left side. And just come for a gentle twist. The knees might separate. Your right shoulder might come up off the floor. And just take a nice, easy round of breath. Back of your neck long. Breathing underneath your right collarbone, a sense of width across the chest muscles on the right. And then drawing a little strength through your inner thighs to lift your legs together through center and over to the right. And then just easing yourself into the second twist. Maybe you need to widen your right shoulder blade to the right. Just take a relaxed round of breath in and out. Feeling the width across your left collarbone now, breathing a little bit more into your left chest. Good, and then a little strength through the inner thighs to lift and take your legs back to center. Hug your left knee into your chest and slide the right leg long. And then from here, you can take your hands behind the left thigh and extend your left leg up to the ceiling. And then bend your knee again and hug your knee into your chest. And then push your thigh into your hands to extend your legs straight. And just do that maybe 1 or 2 more times. And just feeling the muscles contract under your hands so that you're straightening your leg with a little strength of the hamstrings. And then reaching up, we'll hold the legs straight now for a couple breaths. And you have some options. You can stay just like this or sit up, right hand behind your head to help curl up. Left hand can walk higher up your left leg. And then you have the option of reaching right hand for right toes. So we're just finding a lot of stability in the front body, opening the back body with strength, with a sense of stability in the anterior abdominal wall. And then lie down, stretch your left leg long, and just reach your arms up and back overhead. And then on your next exhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest. And just pause there, reach down through your inner left leg, let your lower back rest into the floor. And then taking your hands behind your right thigh, you push your thigh into your hands to extend your legs straight. And then bend your knee again towards your chest. Going a couple times, you could also put a strap behind your thigh if you prefer, if that's a better grip for you. And then the next time you reach your legs straight, we'll hold there. Can you lengthen your outer right hip towards the bottom of the mat? Staying like this, or option to hold with your left hand behind your head. As you curl up, you can walk the right hand higher up, an option to reach left hand for left toes, just whatever's appropriate for your neck. This can just help exaggerate the nice rounding in the upper back. This can be hard to find. Good. Okay. And then we'll release, stretch out long once again, legs long, arms back overhead. With your arms framing your face, take another full breath, really feeling your side ribs expand. And then exhale and take your hands down by your sides. Good. Okay, from here we'll bend the knees and push your lower back into the floor, and we'll just lift the left leg back up to the ceiling again, but this time not holding on, and the left hand reaching to the ceiling. And I want you to have a feeling of, could you imagine that the letter U between your leg and your arm, and you're really reaching up and simultaneously resting down against the floor. The right foot is stable on the floor, the back of your neck long, your head pushing down into the floor. And then you can start to stretch out your U to a V, taking your hand and foot apart, and maybe even growing a little longer as long as your lower back doesn't change, and then coming back upright. And then go real slow in and out, just, make this kind of a floating feeling, and kind of resisting any momentum. And one more time back to the U, reaching to the ceiling with your hand and your foot, and then release and relax. And then we'll do the second side. So lower back first, then right foot extends, right arm extends, and you just have that feeling of reaching upward while your lower back is heavy, but also your left foot and the back of your head as you reach long. And then you can start to open up into a V, the right arm reaching overhead and right leg lowering towards the floor, and then back up to that U shape. Can you imagine that from the profile? Hopefully that's making sense. And then just going in and out a few times, only going as low as you can kind of float into and float out of without your lower back changing at all. So just waking up a little stability here in the anterior abdominal wall. Okay. And then we'll release, take a breath, and then we'll hug both knees into the chest again, and this time open the knees up in Bada Konasana. So you can reach and hold under your heels or your ankles, your calves, and just take a couple rounds of breath in this butterfly shape with your feet up off the floor, feeling a sense of length through your inner thighs, width at your lower back. Good. Okay. And then we'll release and take your time to roll to your side. And we'll get set up for Supta Bada Konasana. And relax there. So you'll have your bolster lengthwise on your mat, and then you place a lift under the top of the bolster. So I have my firm block, cork block, on the medium height towards the top edge of the bolster. And then, you might even need a little bit of height under your head once you come and lay down, so you could have a blanket or an extra pillow nearby. And then blanket pillows or blocks for your thighs, and you just have them within reach. And then you'll come and sit. I like to sit close to the bolster and kind of squish the front edge of the bolster. You could also do this over a couch cushion or roll two blankets together maybe to make a big bolster, and then lay back. And once I lay back, I just do this little move where I lift my pelvis, scoot my tailbone away from the bolster, and then set my pelvis back down, just to try to give my lower back some space and length. And then you bring your feet together and your knees apart, and then we'll be here for a little while. So I encourage you to put props under your thighs and let this be, truly a resting pose for you. And then, you know, make any wiggles or adjustments that you need so that you can find ease in your body here. And if you have quite a bit of height under your torso and your elbows can't relax on the floor, it is so worth it to go grab 2 towels or something that you can rest your elbows, maybe 2 pillows from your couch, so that you can really enjoy relaxing here. And I love this pose for the spaciousness, the spacious quality it can create or allow for in our bodies. So as you come and settle in and find just the right propping for you, take your time to maybe find the joy in appreciating this sense of space in your inner body. And I'm hoping real comfort and ease all throughout your body. And just in this gentle wiggling practice, finding this ease and comfort not only in your physical body, but here in your emotional and spiritual well-being, of getting to really tend and care for your whole self as you relax here in this present moment. And is this a beautiful thing to work towards, of cultivating this ability to pause and appreciate and deeply experience gratitude for just these little things like, oh, my legs feel so good resting on these nice high height of the blocks for me. And just really being able to find the joy in all those little things. Life is complicated and multidimensional. And yeah, it feels good to feel good. So seeing what you can savor, what you can enjoy here, and most certainly moving away from any discomfort, adjusting whatever you need. And then as you relax with your knees butterflied open, there's the potential for just a sense of real space and softening at your belly. And just seeing if you can direct your breathing a little lower, down into your belly, down into your pelvis as you rest here. And if you enjoy breathing work, you can direct your attention a little more focused onto your breathing with some counting. But if that bugs you, then skip it. So you have the option of taking a very kind of classic breathing exercise called the box breath. And it's just breathing in for the count of 4 and pausing for a moment for the count of 4, and then breathing out for the count of 4 and pausing for a count of 4. So if you want me to talk you through it, you can just take a full breath in and out. Big breath out. And then you'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing. This is the more challenging one. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Continuing with that box breathing as long as it feels good to you. If you feel stressed or kind of breath hungry, then just relax, take some calm, smaller breaths without the pausing. And then you can always return to the box breathing when you feel ready or inclined. If the pausing's too much, you make it shorter. But just bringing a little mindful awareness to letting your breath cycles relax and lengthen out. We'll stay in this shape. Option to continue that breathing work for just another couple minutes. If you get tired of the Bada Konasana shape, you just very, slowly stretch one leg out straight and then the other. And then you can rest in this relaxed straight leg position as long as that feels good for your low back. Otherwise, you could bend your knees with your feet on the floor. And regardless if you're counting or not, just seeing if you can continue to come back to whatever feeling resonates for you, the joy, the ease. Maybe you just feel happy to get to lay here right now. Prioritizing in this moment a time, a chance for yourself, your whole well-being to come into this state of relaxation. Okay. If your knees are still butterflied open, just take your time to either support with your hands, to lift your knees and bring your feet to your mat, or maybe you stretch one leg long and then the other. And just take a couple more breaths to be here. If you've been counting, you let the counting go. Let any striving to control or change your breathing, just let that go. And then you are welcome. You're invited to rest here longer if you'd like. If you're ready to come out, you just take your time with your knees bent. And just very gently roll to your side. You might have to move a prop out of your way. And then use your top hand to help you push and sit up. And then just taking a moment to come and sit. Maybe you come and sit up tall on your bolster. And then just notice you're breathing in an upright position now. All right. Namaste.